Well, hey everybody, Matt M. Roy back again. Today, I have one more cooking video for you. I know it's been a little while. This is something I like to do for breakfasts. When I was a kid, probably 6 or 7 years old, a good friend of mine lived in New York by the name of Zeke. Taught me how to make very good scrambled eggs, or what you might want to call them omelets, using the microwave. It's very simple and very quick, something you guys can do in the matter of about 5 minutes. And I've done this almost every morning for the past pretty much 10 or 15 years, and it just tastes amazing. Now, the few things you're going to need for this, I like to use one of these. This is one of those Pyrex Glass Measuring cups. I mean, these things are cheap. You can get these $10, maybe $15 at a cooking store. Or, if you don't want to do that, what my friend Zeke does, you can just use a regular mug like this. Either way, it works fine. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and just use this Pyrex measuring cup. First thing you want to do is you want to use some cooking spray, non-stick cooking spray, because even though this is glass, it still will stick to it a little bit. So first thing you want to do, make sure you coat the inside pretty well. That should be about enough. Then go ahead and get your eggs. I personally like to have 2 eggs. My friend Zeke usually uses 1. Some people can use up to 4. It just depends on how hungry you are that morning. Go ahead and break both of the eggs, or as how many as you're going to use, into your Pyrex cup. Next, it's pretty much totally up to you, whatever you like to have in your omelet. Me personally, I like to use this sharp shredded cheddar cheese. Go ahead and put some of this in there. Just a little bit, I'd say about 1/4 cup. And I do like cheese, so I also am going to use just a little bit of this American cheese, and I'm just going to break it up in my fingers. Again, this is short and easy. Don't have to get many utensils out at all. Pretty much the only thing you're going to need at the end of this is a fork. So that's one thickly cut piece of white American cheese. And you could also use it, let's say you went out to dinner last night and you had some leftover French fries. We can go ahead and save them, cut them up, and stick them in here as well. Unfortunately, I didn't go out to eat last night, so no luck. And the very last thing I'm going to go ahead and put in mine is just some cooked ham. And I do this because it tastes delicious and it's very easy. You just kind of break it up in your hands. And if you're a more precise person, you can go ahead and use a knife or something, but here, we don't care. As long as our hands are clean, that's good enough for me. Alright, so now you can see we have in there our 2 eggs, ham, shredded cheddar cheese, and there could be a few other things, but let me wash my hands first. Again, you can season this any way you want, but I just like the good old staples, salt and pepper. Put a little bit of pepper in there. And I usually don't put salt in, but this time to show you guys, I'm just going to put a little dash in there. Because the ham itself, in this case, is pretty salty, so you probably really don't need to put any extra salt in there. Now, one other thing that I'm going to use that I don't normally put in, but yesterday, a couple of my dad's clients had their tomato crops come in, and they gave us these fresh, delicious cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and wash a couple of those off. Pull out a cutting board real quick. I move this so you guys can see, go ahead and cut a few tomatoes up. And remember, you don't want to cut them too thin because they are cooking in a microwave, so just about like that's good. And I do like to have a little bit of fruit in my eggs as well, because yes, a tomato is technically a fruit, even though we usually do eat them as vegetables. Alright, and before I mix it, I'll let you guys get a close-up of what that actually looks like. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but believe me, this is going to be delicious. Now, one last ingredient we're going to put in, and this just helps keep it a little fluffy and add some more moisture to it, just a little bit of milk. In this case, this is 2%. I would say about 2 tablespoons of milk. Now, you take your fork, you want to really get in there just for a minute. You want to make sure the eggs are really, really whisked well. Again, you can use a miniature whisk if you want, but I don't have one here, unfortunately. So this is just going to have to do. And that is what it looks like when it is fully mixed. Next step, we'll go ahead and bring it over to the microwave, and I'm going to take you guys off the tripod for that. Alright, so we're ready to go into the microwave, and because this can make a bit of a mess, I am going to go ahead and put a couple of napkins on top. Again, if you have one of these, like a microwave topper, you can use that, but I find that a napkin works just as well. We're going to go ahead and put this in the microwave at full power. Now, the length of time is going to depend on the wattage of your microwave. I can give you an idea. In this case, our microwave is 1,000 watts, which is about common for one of these over-the-range microwaves. Some of the ones that are the normal ones that sit on the counter are a little bit higher, 1,100, 1,200 watts. You'll have to just adjust it accordingly. But in my case, to cook this with the 2 eggs and all the ingredients, I have to put it in for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And as you can see, cooking process has started. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've used my time wisely while this was cooking to clean up my work area. Not much of a mess, only took me a couple of minutes. And as you can see, it's sitting right about 24 seconds left. And if you look inside, it is actually puffed up to about twice its size. Now once this finishes, it'll go down, but it'll leave a nice size for an omelet. Alright, and we are done. I also like using this little measuring cup because the handle stays relatively cool. Go ahead and turn the light on here. And as you can see, there's our omelet. Now, I got to let it cool off for just a minute. Alright, now that it's been about 2 minutes, put you guys back on the tripod. You can see that it's pretty much shrunk down to its original size. I'm going to go ahead and put the fork in and take it out of the container. Now, some will stick to the sides, but that's okay. And as you can see, you pretty much have a little omelet right there. Now, this is the way I like it cooked. It is still a little moist. If you like your eggs drier, leave it in for maybe an extra 30 seconds. Or if you like them wetter, go ahead and take it out 30 seconds sooner. But I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this real quick, and we'll see how it came out. good. I'll be honest with you guys, this is the first time I've used fresh tomatoes in it, and it really came out nicely. You can see the tomatoes themselves didn't get overcooked. They're just perfect. They're still nice and juicy and moist. They're not like dried out like you get in sometimes the McDonald's burritos when they've been microwaved 3 or 4 times. Now, not only can you eat it like this, what I will do sometimes is put it on a bagel, or you can get these right here. They're called crusty rolls. You can get these at BJ's. And what I'll do once in a while, I'll open this up and show you guys what they look like. What I'll do once in a while is I'll eat it on 1 or 2 of these. Or if I'm trying to cut back, like I have been lately, I'll use 1 of these, I'll put it on there, and then I'll eat the rest on the side. So anyway, this was a quick breakfast. If you are running late in the morning, this will only take you about 5 or 6 minutes. And you'll have a nice, hearty, delicious breakfast. And again, you can put almost any kind of ingredients that you want in here. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this quick cooking video. Remember to please like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.